near the Lake Hughes area. This is where the lake fire did start, just nearby here in the Angeles Forest. Now, I want to show you just how unpredictable this fire is. When we got here, you can see this hillside here that is now smoldering. It was completely on fire. Moments later, we took a look to the other side, and you can see this area is definitely seeing these flames continue to rage through this hillside. You can see, or you can hear, excuse me, the helicopter just above us. Earlier, we did see some of these helicopters making some water drops here at night. This air support extremely helpful to firefighters and to trying to contain this fire. But as of tonight, this fire continues to rage on here in this area. But I want to get to some video from Sky 9, because what we know right now is the lake fire has burned 10,000 acres and growing in just 6 hours. That is a fast-moving fire. As of tonight, 0% containment. Now, we know mandatory evacuations are set for about 100 homes tonight, most in the area near Lake Hughes and around Pine Canyon Road. As of tonight, firefighters tell us they do not believe any homes have been lost just yet. Air support, as I said, has been extremely helpful because this is very steep terrain for hand crews. Now, we are told that helicopters may try and fly tonight and continue to make some of those water drops, and you hear them above me. This has been extreme fire behavior. That's because a lot of this fuel is heavy and dry. Some of these areas haven't burned since 1968. Here's what the fire chief had to say of this fast-moving fire.
It's pretty explosive fire behavior, and again, it's typical of what we see maybe a little bit later in the season, as Chief Richardson mentioned, and often driven by wind. But clearly, you can see with the fuel moisture conditions and the fire at this particular location with the slopes and the topography, it really created a recipe for some rapid fire growth.
And like I mentioned, evacuation center is opened at Highland High School in Palmdale. But of course, due to coronavirus, people do have to stay in their vehicles if they choose to evacuate. Firefighters and officials asking people, if you do feel safe at home and can shelter in place, please do so. Here's what the sheriff captain had to say.
Sounds pretty dire.
It does, especially when you're talking about high temperatures. And what we're anticipating is the majority of the people that do have to move away from their homes, if they don't have alternate options, friends, family in outlying areas, they have resources that they can perhaps get into a hotel. The problem is the COVID protocols that the Red Cross, who we regularly depend on to set up shelters, they are unable to set up those shelters because of the COVID protocols. As a result, we try to find them a safe place that they can park if in fact that they have to do that. In past fires, we've had 1 or 2 people take advantage of it, but it is short-lived because alternate arrangements are made.
Yeah, I'm back out here live. You can see there are several engines that are staged right at the bottom of this hillside where we are standing, just in case these flames were to come over this way. But if we can look over here, you can see those flames look to be on the other ridge of this hillside here. Earlier they were coming towards us, but you know, the wind does change the direction. It is calm right now. We have seen that wind pick up a little bit since it has turned nightfall, but we also have seen hundreds of firefighters from all over Southern California, as far as Orange County, are out here trying to battle this lake fire, and they'll continue battling it throughout the night. Reporting near Lake Hughes, Lesley Marin.